Prime Minister Narendra Modi will receive Bhutan's highest civilian honor, the Order of Druk Gyalpo in Bhutan's capital Thimphu next week. The award will be presented by Bhutan King 𝗕𝗵𝗂𝗪 at a function which will be attended by a host of dignitaries from Bhutan and the diplomatic community in Thimphu. The award was announced in 2021 and Prime Minister Modi will be receiving it during his two-day visit to Bhutan that is likely to begin on March 21st. Earlier, upon his arrival in New Delhi, Bhutan Prime Minister 𝗕𝗵𝗂𝗪𝗀𝗃 called on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. 𝗕𝗏𝗃 extended invitation to Prime Minister Modi to visit the Himalayan kingdom next week on behalf of Bhutan King 𝗕𝗵𝗂𝗪𝗀𝗃. Prime Minister Modi received his Bhutan counterpart with a warm hug as the two exchanged greetings and held productive discussions encompassing various aspects of our unique and special partnership. Meanwhile, taking to social media, Prime Minister Modi stated that he was glad to meet 𝗕𝗏𝗃 on his first overseas visit in this term. Well, Prime Minister 𝗕𝗏𝗃 was received at the airport by the Union Minister of State for Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Ashwini Choubey. Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal, who welcomed the Bhutan Prime Minister, said that his visit is a testament to the ties of friendship between the two countries. Well, earlier in the evening, Prime Minister 𝗕𝗏𝗃 also called on BJP National President J.P. Nadda. Meanwhile, during the meeting, the two leaders and Nadda explained Prime Minister 𝗕𝗏𝗃 about BJP's ideology, organizational structure and various other initiatives. The two leaders agreed to continue party-to-party interaction between BJP and People's Democratic Party of Bhutan. Well, during his visit to India, 𝗕𝗏𝗃 will also call on President Draupadi Murmu. All right, to know more on this, we are being joined over phone line with our editor-in-chief, Wasbir Hussain. So, Wasbir, big news we are tracking at this point in time. Prime Minister Modi to receive Bhutan's highest civilian award next week, Wasbir.
Yes, Priya, this is a very big development. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has now confirmed that he has received an invitation from the King of Bhutan, 𝗕𝗵𝗂𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗀𝗃, and that he will be visiting Bhutan next week. The dates, however, has not yet been officially given out, but Northeast Live has heard from reliable sources that the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, is likely to make a two-day visit to Bhutan starting the 21st of March, starting March 21st. Now, during his visit, it will be a bilateral visit. Now, Bhutan had announced its highest civilian award for Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2021 itself. But this time round, during this visit, Prime Minister Modi is expected to receive this highest civilian honor, the Order of the Druk Gyalpo, from His Majesty, the King of Bhutan. Now, this function may take place on 21st itself, the March 21st itself in Thimphu, the capital of Bhutan, because the Prime Minister, as we understand, is returning to New Delhi on the 22nd of March, because he's in the middle of already electioneering has begun. Elections are just a couple of weeks away, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi is extremely tied up with his electioneering. Now, the fact that despite this busy schedule, the Prime Minister has readily accepted the Bhutanese monarch's invitation only indicates the good neighborly relations, the strong bond that Bhutan has, that India has with Bhutan. The Indo-Bhutan ties has been absolutely traditional. Bhutan has been always a traditional ally of India. Now, today, several developments have taken place. The Bhutanese Prime Minister, Dr. 𝗕𝗵𝗂𝗪𝗀𝗃, is on a 5-day tour of India. He arrived in New Delhi and today he met Prime Minister Narendra Modi this evening. He was very warmly received by Prime Minister Modi with a warm hug, and both leaders demonstrated excellent body language, and they demonstrated that they were traditional friends. That has been reflected in the manner in which the two prime ministers held each other. They had a lengthy handshake and they walked the long corridor at the venue where the two prime ministers met. And later on, Prime Minister Modi took to X, took to social media handle X, and talked about the warm friendship between India and Bhutan, and they said that he was happy to receive his friend Dr. 𝗕𝗵𝗂𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗀, the Prime Minister of Bhutan, and that they had discussed a gamut of issues concerning the two nations, and then where he had also thanked the king for extending an invitation to him to visit Bhutan next week. Now, sources have told Northeast Live that this two-day visit, as I said, will begin on the 21st of March, where the Bhutan's highest civilian honor, the Order of the Druk Gyalpo, would be actually presented to Prime Minister Narendra Modi by the King of Bhutan, 𝗕𝗵𝗂𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗀𝗃 𝗪𝗀𝗡, who had also recently met Prime Minister Narendra Modi a couple of weeks ago in New Delhi. So on the whole, this is a very big development. And of course, we have to also put on record that after the recent elections in Bhutan that elected Dr. 𝗕𝗵𝗂𝗃𝗀𝗃 once again as the Prime Minister of Bhutan, this is his first overseas visit. And the first overseas visit is to India, and that also goes a long way to demonstrate, put on record the importance and the friendly ties that Bhutan has with India, or vice versa, the friendly ties that India has with Bhutan. So, on the whole, this is a big diplomatic moves by the two nations to always put everything else at bay and have the friendship consolidate with every passing day. So that has been demonstrated by the two nations. And as we can see, these are pictures of a short while ago where Bhutanese Prime Minister Dr. 𝗕𝗵𝗂𝗃𝗀𝗃 had called on Prime Minister Modi in New Delhi.
So, Wasbir, how significant is this visit for Northeast Bhutan friendship?
Well, yes, this visit is extremely significant for India-Bhutan friendship, and particularly since Bhutan shares a long border with Northeast India, it is particularly significant for Northeast India. And let me also say here that the Bhutan government has extended an invitation to the Assam Chief Minister, Dr. 𝗵𝗂𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃, to visit Bhutan in the next few weeks or days, actually. So, Dr. 𝗵𝗂𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃, the Chief Minister of Assam, already has a formal invitation from the Bhutanese government to visit the Himalayan nation. And we understand that the Chief Minister's office in Assam has moved the Ministry of External Affairs for its approval, as is mandatory for any minister or chief minister to visit a foreign country. So therefore, as per protocol, the request has been forwarded to the MEA, and I see no reason why the MEA will not allow the Assam Chief Minister to pay a courtesy visit to Bhutan, which is only expected to boost people-to-people relations between the two neighbors. And now there is also, Priya, there is a lot of excitement in Assam over the Bhutanese monarchs, the King 𝗕𝗵𝗂𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗀𝗃 dream project, that is the mindfulness city that is coming up in 𝗪𝗪𝗪. 𝗪𝗪𝗪 is a town in Bhutan which is close to the border with Chirang and the Bodo belt in western Assam. It is just about 30 kilometers from Chirang, and there will be a railway line from Kokrajhar to 𝗪𝗪𝗪, which is 57 kilometers long, and the road connectivity to 𝗪𝗪𝗪 will also be through Assam. And of course, this mindfulness city will be some kind of a mega city that will adhere to the Bhutanese tradition and culture. That has been a dream project of His Majesty the King of Bhutan, and this has the solid backing of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Indian business tycoons. Recently, the King of Bhutan, when he had visited Assam, and thereafter he had gone to New Delhi, where he met the Prime Minister Modi, and then he flew to Mumbai, where he met the top Indian business honchos, the top Indian business leaders, who have also expressed keen desire to invest in that mindfulness city that Bhutan is bringing up in the plains of 𝗪𝗪𝗪 that shares borders with Assam. So on the whole, there is a lot happening as far as India-Bhutan friendship is concerned. There is a lot happening within Bhutan under the visionary leadership of His Majesty the King.
All right. Wasbir, thank you so much for all those details.